aligned. Cause it shouldn't hurt to smile when your bite is aligned.
Today is the 26th of October, 2016. I wanted to find out from you, what are the top 3 important issues for you?
Number 1's migraines. They started when I was 9.
And how old are you now?
I'm 24.
Okay.
And just treated them with medications for years that really didn't have much results with. Went to Diamond Headache in Chicago, and then just saw a family doctor, and that's where I got most of my medications from. I took amitriptyline, nortriptyline, and Topamax.
Okay.
I tried Topamax a couple of different times and bad side effect. Imitrex too, so those were all kind of preventatives, and then Imitrex and Zomig when I actually get a migraine to stop it. There were times when I would have to take it 5 or 6 times a week, but in a month, on average, probably 15 to 20 times.
Pretty much most days.
Yeah. I ended up seeing Dr. Otten, dentist in Lawrence, Kansas, and this was started about 4 years ago.
Okay.
So I got a bite splint and had pretty good relief for about 2 years, and then it started to get bad again, started having headaches, you know, after I'd made the jaw pain correlation. So then I went to a neurologist here in Kansas City and had Botox.
Okay.
Injections done for a year.
4 different courses?
Times, every 3 months. And then by the time a year rolled around, it was back to square one.
Okay.
It helped pretty well for the first 3 months, and then just kind of gradually got worse.
But the 4th time didn't do any good at all. Did Dr. Otten's treatment for you. He made a splint for you on the lower teeth. Okay. How did he determine how to set the jaw? Do you remember?
Would lay me down in the chair and used bite ribbons to check my jaw. I would bite down and go side to side and front to back. Okay. Make marks and adjust the bite splint.
Was there any manipulation of the jaw? Bring it back or anything like that? Okay.
He would guide it.
That's what I
at
meant.
the end. Yeah. So the beginning, my muscles would be really stiff, and then after he adjusted it, they would get a little bit looser as he would guide it.
Okay. With the hand on the lower jaw, kind of push it in. Got it. All right.
So it started off with a lot of just like muscular pain, and then more recently it's just gotten to be a lot of pain in the jaw joint on top of and on the muscles.
What other treatment did he do for you?
Some injections of a steroid into the jaw joint, but that's about it. Just the right side. Okay. We've probably had it done 5 times, and it'll last, you know, a couple of days, but then the pain comes back. Tried muscle relaxers, and same thing. It'll work for temporarily, and then, you know, by the time I'm midday into the next day, the muscles are acting up again. And I had a sleep study done with him too, and it all came back positive, or negative,
Normal.
I guess.
Normal.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot worse. It's
Then you started off with?
worse than it was even when I went to see him. Have them here, and then I'll have them here where they'll start here, and then it'll just move into a migraine over my right eye.
Okay.
And I have jaw pain at the same time when it hurts on the sides of my head. My neck's always sore too, like it always feels like someone's just squeezing the back of my neck. All kind of hurts at the same time. The jaw pain and the pain while chewing. About 6 years ago it started popping. I noticed it as I would talk or eat. I noticed the popping would start, and then it was about 2 years after that I remember eating a caramel apple, and I bit into it, and it caused a lot of jaw pain, and I had headaches for a couple of days after that, and that's when we kind of made that correlation that the jaw might be causing most of my headaches. So
that's when you sought out the doctor in Columbia and then Dr. Otten. Got it.
Right.
All right. You also mentioned when you first started having popping, 2 years later it became pain. Before that it was just popping without any pain, right? And you mentioned something about what your mom said.
Yeah, she said, oh, it's okay, my jaw pops too, so it's probably not that big of a deal. And we made no relation at that point that the popping was related to the migraines, because my migraines never really used to start on the sides of my head. It would always just start like when I was younger, 9 to 18, it would just be over my right eye. That's kind of the first sign, along with moodiness and feeling sick at my stomach too. Those are kind of, and tired.
Okay.
The first symptoms. It's difficult. I've been living off of soup for the last 2 weeks. I can't eat any really raw vegetables or salad or anything with any, it hurts here on my face. It almost feels like it's throbbing. And then up through my head, this is all
also.
just kind of connected. And I've even noticed some shooting pains.
One side more than the other?
Probably the right side a little bit more. Shooting. I've been using heat packs on my jaw too that you put in the microwave, like the warm, moist heat. But it might be temporary relief for like an hour. If I talk a lot for an extended
Any movement,
amount of time.
even though not chewing food.
Yeah, and there'll even be times where I'm talking and my jaw will pop, like
Okay.
in a conversation. Neck pain. I've had that probably a year after my migraines. Probably 10 years old is when I started noticing the neck pain. And, I've always thought that if my neck was better and it was, I went to a chiropractor, then my headaches would be better, but never really found that relief. And, I used to go a while without it hurting, but now it just hurts all the time, along with my jaw and my headaches.
So from age 10 till just recently you stopped seeing because you're concerned?
Yeah, I probably haven't seen one in about a year. There'd be times where I would go, once a month for 6 months or so, and then I might not go for 6 months. So I just kind of went when things were acting up.
How long would the relief last you?
Anywhere from a week sometimes to a couple of weeks. My shoulders here, the muscles seem a little bit tighter on the right side, but I do have definitely muscle soreness in both sides, and I've gotten massages and things too.
Would that help?
Temporarily.
Okay. How long would it help?
About a week. Definitely when I don't feel good, I notice that I'm not in a good mood and just don't really feel like myself. So, and I notice some dizziness as well. Like after I eat a meal where I'm chewing a lot, I'll notice some dizziness along with that.